JKLIVE is powered by Standard Chartered Priority Banking. Join Standard Chartered Priority Banking. Your priorities get our priority. President.
Yes.
Good to see you, sir.
So do I.
Karibu sana, welcome. Welcome, sir. It's been a while.
Yes.
You look wonderful.
Thank you.
As always.
Can I remove this?
I just want to put the microphone. Okay. That's all, that's all. And you can remove your mask. Yes, please.
How have you been all this time?
I've been good, Mr. President. I've been very good. Very good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
Juba?
Juba is good.
Peaceful?
Very peaceful.
I see a lot of development. With quite a bit of development.
Thank you.
Well done. Well done. Well done. You can take off your mask. You can take off your mask. Thank you. JKLIVE is always so powered by Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker, 200 years of blended Scotch excellence. We are in Juba this week as South Sudan celebrates 10 years of independence. And here with President Salva Kiir Mayardit. He's been president the last 10 years. We're going to ask him, is there a lot or anything to celebrate in these 10 years? Mr. President, welcome to JKLIVE. Good to see you. We can walk a bit. Thank you for welcoming us to your office of the president.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Tell me something, Mr. President, 10 years later, is there much to celebrate about in South Sudan? Is there anything to celebrate?
Well, we have done many things. Here is now peace. And peace was our obstacle. Without war, we would have done a lot. But because of war, we did not move further. So we have many things that we can celebrate.
This peace that you talk about, is it a lasting peace now, or is it on again, off again, on again, off again? Is this lasting?
For me, I believe it is a lasting peace. A lasting peace because you have seen we have 5 vice presidents, which is not anywhere in the world. It is because we were buying peace, and this is why we accepted all those 5 vice presidents. So we don't think that there is a return to war.
For 10-year-olds out there, I know there are tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of 10-year-olds who were born the year of independence, who are displaced, who are malnourished, who are living out of their homes in camps. What do you tell those children? What do you tell those people?
Well, when I meet them, I tell them that we are fighting by anti-peace people, people who do not want luxuries, are the people who are still fighting us. But we are aware of your conditions. We know that we want to build schools so that all of you go to schools.
Do you think you owe the people of South Sudan an apology?
I have apologized many times. In front of Riek Machar, I apologize. He never apologized. I apologize because I'm the leader of the country, not because I have done anything wrong. But the person who starts fighting has been keeping quiet.
Let's walk a bit, Mr. President. Let's walk in your house. This is your house. Tell me something. 10 years later, I mean, are you proud of what you've achieved? I mean, do you wake up saying, I am tired of all this? Are you proud of your achievements?
I'm not really proud because we have been fighting and things that we have done were destroyed. So we have to start again and again. I cannot talk proudly to the people of South Sudan about the achievements But if we were in my office, I could tell you what have we done. Peace is one of them. We have now put into use most of the wells that were stopped during the war. Oil wells, I mean.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We have also made it possible for the people to move freely in South Sudan.
Yeah. You seem to have a few regrets, Mr. President. It's like, you regret some of the things that happened the last 10 years.
Yes, I have to admit that, I have many regrets. Now, like, for example, 2016, what was the cause of that fight which you witnessed?
Yes.
There was no reason for that battle. But because somebody wants to sit in the office of the President of South Sudan by force. It was the same thing in 2013. In 2013, we were left with only 2 years for election. He said 2 years were too much for him to wait. So it was better for him to grab it by force, which he did not manage up to today. I'm still sitting in the same office.
By him, you mean Riek Machar, don't you?
I mean.
Yes. What is your relationship with Riek Machar right now? He's one of, like you said, one of your 5 vice presidents. What is your relationship with him?
We are good.
Are you friends? Do you talk?
Yes, we talk. We are not that so close like we used to be. Simply because he is unpredictable. But these days, the last few days, he has been good.
This is a shame for the SPLA to be fighting him amongst itself. What would the founder of the SPLA, Dr. John Garang, what would he say about this party fighting itself?
Riek started fighting in front of John Garang. It was John that he attacked first, and he killed more than 10,000 people in the constituency of John Garang. One day, 1991. We were still in the bush, but he thought of a military coup.
Back then?
By that.
30 years ago?
Yes. John Garang was the leader of the SPLM. So if he comes today, he will not be surprised. Why is his party fighting itself? He should not be surprised.
Would he be disappointed?
Of course, he was disappointed even when he was alive. He will be disappointed more and more.
Yeah. And as we walk up towards your office, Mr. President, for you, are you still going to continue running? I mean, there's elections in 2023, right? Do you plan to run?
Well, it is to the people.
But do you still have the energy to do that?
What do you think if I'm told by the party and the people? I will have to.
You have no choice.
If I'm told by the people.
Yes. If they say it's you we want.
Yes.
You have no choice.
I have no choice.
You don't want to walk away, you don't want to retire, you don't want to enjoy the rest of your...
No, I will retire. I will retire. But not a forceful retirement like what Riek has been doing. I'm a very humble man. If he had waited for a while, I would have called him and told him to take over.
Would you still support him today now that, there's this new peace? By the way, IGAD is the one who's been spearheading this, right? What's the latest with that?
Of course, IGAD in the middle was not straightforward, and I am not happy with the IGAD leaders, the way they have handled the situation in South Sudan. I was telling them in J1 where we met the other time, I was telling the IGAD leaders that the situation I'm in South Sudan today will not remain in South Sudan. Any one of you will witness it tomorrow. And when it happened in Ethiopia, I told Prime Minister Abiy, what did I tell your people the other time? And the people who were very hard on me were the people who fought him in Ethiopia.
And you had told them yourself, you said, I told you so.
I told them.
Speaking of IGAD, countries like Kenya, your neighbors, what can they do to help this situation? Because, you always call upon us, what can countries like Kenya do?
For Kenya, I'm not happy with Kenya because after the coup of 2013, IGAD and President Uhuru took the lead that he was coming to take the leaders that I have apprehended during the coup. I told him, my brother, I cannot give you these people. They have to answer the charges. What role did they play in the coup? But President Uhuru put himself in front of me that he will not allow them to talk a single political sentence, that he will keep them safe in his house until when you are convinced that they did not do anything. And so we'll release them to you. I said, okay, there is no problem. He sent his foreign minister. By that time, I remember, was Excellency Amina
Mohammed, yes.
Amina Mohammed.
Yes.
It was Amina Mohammed. She came in a special flight to collect South Sudanese who are told to be the most leaders of the SPLM. I gave them to her. She repeated what was said by President Uhuru, that these people will never appear in any political forum. I said, okay. She took them. In the evening, I opened the Kenyan TV. I found President Uhuru standing receiving these people in the red carpet. Those who were supposed to be detainees. He received them in a red carpet. I said, now look at President Uhuru. Tomorrow, if I reject whatever he says, What will he tell me?
And then what happened after that with the detainees? What happened?
That was the release. They were given traveling documents. Those who wanted to go to Addis Ababa went. Those who wanted to go to Europe, to America, they all went.
So Kenya ended up disappointing you.
Yes,
And what's your relationship now with President Uhuru Kenyatta?
we are good. We are good. I told him that what you did was not good, and that was not what we agreed with you.
What did he say?
He said, but he was doing the right thing. He thought so.
Do you, this thing, you always being disappointed by people, or being let down by people, is that what it is? You try to do the right thing, but you end up getting let down. Is that how you feel?
Exactly. Like in the situation of 2013, I had put the people who were accused into court. And I was telling my colleagues, the presidents of the neighboring countries, that let the law takes its course. And your people will not perish in the prison. They did not accept.
You feel like your hands are completely tied in this. Huh? You feel helpless. Is that how you feel?
Yes, I'm helpless. Because the people with me come and slap me. When I want to fight back to slap them, I'm told not to do it.
That must be very frustrating.
Yes,
Huh?
it is frustrating.
Mr. President, before we go on break, real quick, what do you tell the people of South Sudan 10 years later? What do you tell them?
I have many things to tell them. I told you two things before,
Yes.
but I will still tell them many things.
Should we do that after the break? Let's do that. You go into your office, Mr. President. We'll see you on the other side of your office. Thank you so much, Mr. President. We'll see you just now. JKLIVE, we are here in Juba this week as South Sudan celebrates 10 years since independence. We've got an exclusive with South Sudanese President Salva Kiir Mayardit. We're going to take a break, come back and interview the president in another room right here inside the office of the president. Keep tweeting at Koinange at Citizen TV Kenya, the hashtag JKLIVE. JKLIVE takes a break. We'll be back in a moment.